It's lights, camera, action. Guess what? We are here on your screen again this beautiful morning, doing what we know to do best and placing our best foot forward. It is the start of a brand new day.
Definitely the start of a brand new day, and also half of the month gone by. Very soon it's going to be the end of the year. Yes, it's a thrilling Monday, and yet again, we're showing up powerfully, as you can see, power couple here. Now, we are glad that you have chosen us this morning to be the first faces that grace your TV screens and, of course, to start your day. And we believe that you have made a very, very good choice. Welcome, it's Wake Up Nigeria.
We're absolutely nothing without you, no matter what. We definitely won't be giving up on you anytime soon, okay?
Now, you've heard those reassuring words from us, so we want you to stick around with us, as always. Now, we're set to light up your every single moment starting this Monday up until the end of the week. Mr. Mike Mexicano in the kitchen, also part of this very, very cheery group here this morning.
Looking
How you doing,
sharp.
Mike?
How many days are in November, guys?
I said you're looking sharp.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Thank you. Yeah, so how many days are in November?
30 days.
September.
31.
So you see, there are many of us who are old. When we ask how many days in the month, we just go 30 days.
We always have to do that, Mike.
No, okay.
I'm absolutely grateful to my alma mater.
Is it 30?
Absolutely.
So exactly, yeah. So 50. I remember when you said half month and all that. 30 November, 15th day in the month of November. November is coming to an end. Don't put us on too much pressure about the year. But hey, come on. We're looking forward to the rest of the month and, of course, this week with you on the show.
Definitely. My name is Winfrey Daniel Colo.
This beautiful morning, yes indeed, and my name is Mazino Appeal. And remember, you can always stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv. Just ensure that you've got some data subscription, please, because the way data is going these days, I don't know what's going on.
You can also use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC when you throw in your comments across all social media platforms and be a part of the show.
Oh, by the way, while we're live on your TV set, you can also catch us live on Facebook and on the app. All you need to do is download that. You can find it on Google Play and on iOS as well.
Also, make sure you follow us on all social media handles. And our hashtag is, or our handle is, at TVC Connect on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok.
Yes, now welcome once again for a Monday morning. Let's start with what's going to happen today on the show. So we are going to be taking a look at the games from over the weekend and doing a review of those games. Mr. Mike Mexicano here for that one.
And for Mondays, we have, and of course, we have to keep you motivated, and we'll be joined by Abimbola Olayinka, popularly known as the Peace Connoisseur and the creator of the Peaceful Leadership. She is a member of the Forbes Business Council and a John Maxwell team member. Abimbola is a professional family educator, advanced leadership experts, emotional intelligence practitioner, positive psychology practitioner, human behavioral assessor, and author. And today she'll be discussing peace at work. And we have Village Boy Clothing, who is focused on niche markets. High-class traditional attire for men with impeccable finishing, found in October 13, 2013, out of the desire to be a solution to the conventional tailor customer tradition of delay and disappointment, as well as to exceed client expectation. To find out a little more about his experiences and model business, we will be joined by the founder, Austin Ikenna. Is Kezie.
And of course, everybody, you're welcome. It's another week here. Welcome, Mike. Welcome, Winfrey.
Another week.
Thank you.
Winfrey, we missed you on Saturday.
You did.
It was the TVC games and Mike was spotting.
Really?
Mike is a great footballer. We had the TVC games over the weekend. Of course, unfortunately, the programs department did not win, but we want to say congratulations to Adaba FM, who came all the way from Ondo State, and they took it.
Which game second? Let's
They came from Ondo State and they took it away.
Let's get the cup half full.
Okay, true.
Okay.
But no.
Yes, we came second now.
I was gunning for first place.
Yes, so it hurts because for a while, I've not competed at something, so, that I put everything into, and we actually did, but hey, come on. We learn, we learn and we move.
Yeah.
We move.
But you were fantastic.
More importantly.
I think our player of the game should be you and Abraham, who Mr. Lawal, who helped with the pictures.
What happened to you though?
Oh well, I was really ready, and then yeah.
Wow. You were really ready, and
Rain was
then
angry that her daddy did not.
Yeah, I came with Rain. Yeah, and she was very angry
was
that I
disappointed
could
too.
not compete in any of the
You
sports.
could not, or you did not?
I did not. I could not. I could not. I could not.
Like, she was pissed. She was really pissed. Like, you could see on her face, the greet her like,
She was actually quite offended.
Imagine.
But in any case, let's talk about some of the things that happened over the weekend.
Okay.
Very interesting stuff from over social media, and one of which was Eukarya Anunobi. She came out to tell that you guys are showing a bit too much skin.
What do you mean by you guys?
Everybody. I'm not pointing at you.
Everybody. You say you guys, and you talk to me, I'm like...
A bit too much skin when we dress these days, and that it is no longer decent, and that it is really, really... there was a word she used. I don't think I can use that word here. But remember, she's a preacher now, and she has a penchant for... well,
she's a preacher now, and there's a word she used that you can't use here. Wow.
Yeah, well, in any case, that's what she said over the weekend. Then there was this. P-Square Brothers might be back because they're following each other back on Instagram. Paul's wife actually congratulated Peter, thanking him for taking the kids out shopping in the United States, and that was grand to see. Also, there is this fact. Annie Dibia turned 37, and while she did so, she also apologized to everybody who was involved in the debacle that happened a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
She tendered an apology to Two-Face, to Two-Face's mother, to her mother. However, it didn't end there because Two-Face's baby mama, she's suing Annie Dibia, and that's Peru, saying that the unsavory comments that she made from before have defamed her name and her character, which is understandable. She's suing for 500 million.
Understandable.
Naira. 500 million naira.
where's she suing? In the US or in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, of course.
In Nigeria.
Of course, 500 million naira.
But I think it's just weird because the suit actually came on her birthday after she apologized. So I'm like, okay, was that timed?
No,
or-
I think that's when the news
That's when the
came out.
news came out. Okay.
So it was, yes.
Or do you think that's what spurred Annie to?
I don't know. No, I
apologize?
think it was in the work. But by the way, she did not apologize to Peru. That's one thing that we should note.
She apologized to
Yeah, she
everybody
didn't.
now.
And finally, let's talk about the fact that Britney Spears' conservatorship has ended. She is now a free woman
And in
after
charge of
13
herself.
years. Yes, and in charge of herself. So
Great.
congratulations for her. The hashtag has now changed to Freed Britney. You're welcome back for a Monday morning here. Let's begin with the news. Now, police have arrested 2 suspected ritualists with fresh human head in Ogun State. Police Public Relations Officer DSP Abimbola Olayinka says the 32-year-old Monday Karizu and 44-year-old Anagao Ukamelan were nabbed on November 3rd after a tip-off. The police spokesman added that further investigations revealed that Mr. Karizu is a resident of the Sabo area of Abeokuta and that the human head with him was that of a woman who died 3 months ago during childbirth and was buried not too far from his house. Also, the suspect was said to have killed his 9-month-old daughter and used her head for the same purpose, but did not succeed. The State Commissioner of Police, Larry Bankole, has ordered a full investigation into the activity of the suspects with a view to charging them to court as soon as the investigation is concluded. To the war against illicit drug trafficking, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have intercepted fresh consignment of cocaine and heroin with a combined weight of 16.85 kilograms worth over 4.9 billion naira at the Apapa Seaport and Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. 4 persons are currently being investigated for the 13.65 kilogram cocaine seized on board a ship, MV Carteria, that came into the Apapa port from Santos, Brazil on Sunday, 7th November, after 5 persons have been arrested in different parts of Lagos and Delta State in connection to the seizure of 3.2 kilogram heroin found on a passenger, Christian Osondu, at the e-arrival hall of the MMIA on the 5th of November. In Bayelsa State, NDLEA operatives on the 13th of November arrested one Obeluo Emeka with 600 grams of heroin. The suspect, who is a motor spare parts dealer based in Douala, Cameroon, had arrived in Yenagoa by waterway to waybill the substance to an undisclosed address in Lagos. Now, APC releases the timetable for the Ekiti-Osun elections. The All Progressive Congress has revealed the timetable for Ekiti and Osun state governorship elections scheduled to hold on in 2022. The statement by the National Secretary of the Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, Senator John Akpanude Dehe, revealed that the sale of nomination forms begins from November 16th for Ekiti State and November 18th, 2021 for Osun State. The Independent National Electoral Commission had fixed governorship elections in Ekiti for June 18th, 2022 and July 16, 2022 for Osun State. And that's it for the news. My name is Mazino Appeal.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. And now these are the headlines you're waking up to. We're starting with Daily Trust. And here we have certificate age scandal rocks ICPC. Affected staff given soft landing. Its routine verification commission says mom on scandal. We have that on page 5. And at the top here we have controversy over direct primaries must not scuttle electoral bill. Saraki, we have that on page 39. Excise duty, sachet water producers fear loss of 20,000 jobs. We have that on page 20. And right here at the bottom, we have Ikoyi building collapse, how we escaped. Sokoto teenage laborers. We have that on page 4. General Zekushu's death has caused fear in Chibok. Ndume, we have that on page 6. ASU weighs in as Unilorin lecturer beaten by students recovers. We have that on page 34. Nigerian editors gets 93.3 million naira U.S. grants for capacity building. We have that on page 6. And that's it for Daily Trust. We're moving on now to The Punch. And here, INEC lists court members to conduct direct primaries. We have that on page 2. INEC officials, federal government schools, lecturers, agencies, commissions, workers lined up. NYSC remains largest single pool of personnel available to INEC, ex-director. And at the bottom here we have none of our 41 members insured Ikoyi collapse building, NIA, page 45. And that'll be all for the headlines. Wake Up Nigeria continues shortly.
And of course, you're welcome to What's Up and About for a Monday morning here. And we have very interesting topics for today. But first, let me start with a very good cup of coffee this morning.
Mine is already made.
Well, you just couldn't wait to get a head start now, could you?
No, I couldn't.
So, guys, now let's talk about the instance that happened over the weekend. And we're talking about Two-Face Idibia, Annie Idibia, and, of course, Gbero, who happens to be Two-Face's baby mama, quote and unquote. Now, over the weekend, Anne turned 37, and she tendered apologies to a group of people who were involved in everything that happened over the past few weeks regarding the family affair that was going on, where she said that Two-Face had gone outside of the country to meet Gbero, and whatever happened there. However, the instance that concerns me here is the fact that Gbero is suing for 500 million naira. Now, I don't know the relationship between Gbero and... Yes, and there must be a public apology. Do note that Anne did not tender an apology to her, however. For 500 million to the father of, because practically you're suing Two-Face, the father of your children. I don't know how reasonable
she's suing
that
Anne.
is. Where is Anne going to get 500 million from, if not from Two-Face?
What do you mean? Why are you like this?
But it's a fact.
You know, apology. She apologized to brands. Do you know how much those brands are paying her? How would you literally just...
You just said... And look, it is not here.
It's true now. Well, it's
but
true.
I get what you're saying, of course, definitely. Even if it's not only her, it's both. It's going to affect eventually, it will affect him, and that's why he's saying that. And you know, incidentally, when she made the apology, this news about the suing just came out on her birthday. Of course, it probably happened before.
So I mentioned that earlier that, okay, fine, okay, why did the suing come at that time? And you actually said that maybe the news of the suing came at that time.
At that time.
However, I mean, the world we're living in right now, it's possible that she just quickly ran something. Just to jump on that.
Just to jump on that. Very
because
true.
Because we have the president of the Baby Mama Association, Madam Kemi,
self-acclaimed, who made her the president?
Our investigative journalist. She said that she spoke about how she's embarrassed by Peru's actions and all of that. And she did state that she's literally, she thinks Peru is actually doing all this for clouds and all of that she should let them be and stop meddling in things that don't concern her. She went on bashing her about how Two-Face will never be a husband, things like that. And I'm like, all right.
Well, she claims, and by the way, I do think that this was way ahead of Annie's birthday, that this had been happening because she was served papers. So this means it must have been something that was already in the works from before. She even tendered apologies to other people. But my question, like from the beginning, is the fact that I don't know how loving, and I use quotes, air quotes there, this is when you tender such a suit to practically the husband of your kids. I don't know what the relationship is going to be. By the way, Two-Face also put out an Instagram post where it was a bit cryptic. He said, whether you like it or... Well, I can't remember exactly how it went, but something about that, whether we're together or not, I'm still going to live my life or so.
So who do you think that was directed to?
Exactly. Who was it directed to? Is he saying that he's perhaps maybe considering leaving? And
No, because the first post I saw after the apology was nobody wholly pass.
Yes.
I saw that one. So I obviously thought that, I mean, Two-Face being the kind of person that, I don't know, he is, I mean, he understands that there's room for error and stuff like that. So I actually thought that they'll be fine. I just feel it's just one of those things that happens, I mean, in relationships. But then again, that's the issue. Their marital status is on one side, and then we now have the issue of the baby mama
Let me bring it
on
home.
the other side. But why is Pero always the one in the...
You see, and well, you know, something about her apology. She mentioned that she was suicidal.
Yeah,
at one point. And I felt for her because it's more or less like at that point she had to let it out. And I don't have any problem because at times that might be the saving grace. Look, we always talk about how people, if they are going through such issues, how they don't talk. Yeah. You understand? So letting it out. And of course, letting it out has affected the family in some sort of way. Definitely. And I think that's where the major apology is. Look, if this was internal, you probably might not get such an apology. But because of the way came out to the public space. And that's why she had to put out that apology, which of course for me is mature of her. Then she mentioned about how, look, so for it to go that far, I'm wondering how serious it might have been. Because look, she knew what she was going into. So she already had some sort of mental strength, even before going into the marriage or anything to do with Two-Face. But for it to get to this extent, then that means that a lot must have gone on behind the scenes.
Definitely, I actually concur. And also the fact that, I don't know, as much as you say, okay, fine, she knew, a lot of people will say, didn't she know what she was going into before she decided to go on, right? I mean, what also happens is that she went into that situation, knowing what happened. But the truth is, you never know how troublesome people can be unless you're in that situation.
We don't know.
Do you understand? So I feel the outburst came from a well that soon started overflowing.
I want to bring it home. How would you feel if your brother-in-law, you're not married yet, but just hypothetical here, was to sue your, or rather, if your brother was to sue your husband? You get it now.
My brother was to sue my husband.
If your brother was to sue your husband, because my point is it's going to hurt you. So in this case, how does Two-Face feel exactly seeing his baby mama and his wife in such a feud that will involve him financially? Because he's the one that's going to bring out that 500 million if it goes through.
If it goes through,
exactly.
Man, this is one of the things where at one point, there was a point in his life where he said he wished he didn't have so many baby mamas. I think at one point he mentioned that. And these are the kind of things, look, you can't control everything. And this is just one instance of how things could go awry when it's in such a situation.
Yeah, true. But anyhow, we hope well for them. We hope they're fine, and we hope they get over this, especially Two-Face, because he's such a nice guy if you've met him personally.
Yeah, he is.
By the way, I wanted to touch on the fact that Britney Spears, after 13 years, got her conservatorship over. It's over with that.
Congratulations. We'll talk about it, because that thing was serious,
man. It was very serious.
Very serious.
Very serious.
But then I love this coffee. Big shout out to Nescafe for this one.
Thank you very much. Now, do stay tuned. We have more coming your way. Tell us what you think. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'll be back to talk about some more.
Welcome to the kitchen. Some people believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I might share that belief, right? So right now and right here, we're about to go into making something quite interesting. And doing that with me, or doing that for me today, is J. Blue Ovie. How you doing?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning. So in case you realize or recognize him, he's been here before, right? And he was here singing. So how did you make that transition from the mic into the kitchen?
The kitchen. I mean, food is very essential.
Very essential.
You have to take care of that part of your life.
Definitely. So what is it about cooking that intrigues you, that makes you want to put your hands into it? Because I know a lot of Nigerian men, people used to run away from the kitchen.
I have lots of sisters, you know. Oh. So growing up.
Wait, are you the only guy?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I have plenty of sisters. So growing up, watching them cook, my mom and all. So it just helped me learn a couple of things.
Okay, great. So what are we making today?
We're making jollof rice today.
The party jollof rice?
Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay, how many accolades? Do you have accolades for this particular recipe?
A couple, a few.
People eat your jollof rice and they're like, oh, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, my friends, my family.
Okay, no problem. So here, tell me, what exactly do we have here?
Okay, we have the rice, which is like most important thing. Then we have the chicken. We're making jollof rice and chicken. So it's just rice, chicken.
Okay.
I already parboiled my tomato and scotch bonnets, which is pepper.
Okay.
You know? So I have my spices. I have the Maggi. I have the thyme. I have the curry. I have salt. Then I have my onions. I have my tomatoes. I have my bay leaf. I have my tomato paste. Yeah, just
okay. And of course we have the oil. Yeah. All right, and all of this is going to be responsible for making our amazing jollof rice. So now, how do you go in? How do you start?
How do I start? Okay, I do the chicken. Firstly, just boil, season it, then fry it. That's for the chicken. Then for the rice, I already have this, which is like my parboiled tomato and pepper. So I just put my groundnut oil in the pot, put my onions, put the little tomato paste. I put this in. I stir fry for a while, let it to really cook.
Yeah.
And then I just put the necessary seasonings that I have. So once this goes in, I gauge it well to make sure everything is on check. So once it's on check, I put the rice, stir a little bit, add the right quantity of water, and then we're good to go.
Oh, we're good to go. Just like, it sounds so easy when you, when I think of making jollof rice, it's like the whole day's job. But okay.
And it's not beans now.
It's not over. It's not beans.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's pretty quick.
Okay, that's great. I mean, I'm happy that, from what you said, of course, we're going in the right direction, right?
Yeah, sure.
You're going to be having rice at the end of this day.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
so now let's see you start. Let's see you going.
Okay, start with the chicken.
Yeah, so that's already on and it's heated. So is it in particular way?
To get the chicken done?
Yes. No, something special.
There's people have different ways they do it, but I'll just
you just simmer that. But anyway, you should probably rinse.
I want to wash it. Yeah,
wash it
one more
first.
time or twice.
Exactly.
I have to do that like right now.
Okay, you have that smell already. Okay, so what is that thing you think is your special touch when it comes to the jollof, the Nigerian jollof? You know, there's a whole lot of back and forth about jollof, Ghana jollof, Nigerian jollof.
I think Nigerian jollof is better.
Well, have you had Ghana jollof?
I haven't.
Yeah,
but
so why do you think it's better? That's very biased.
No, I'm Nigerian, so I should support the Nigerian jollof. Although I look forward to trying.
You look forward to trying the Ghana jollof. Okay, let's go. So a lot of people believe that when you use charcoal, there's a different vibe it gives to jollof, right? So what is that spice you think makes it authentic party
Give you that,
jollof?
Party jollof. The thing is, smoke has flavor, yeah?
Yeah, it does.
So that's how the whole burnt thing gets into the jollof. But there are things you can do when you're parboiling your tomato and pepper. You can either like roast it.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you roast it before you blend it,
it has that.
It gives it that burnt.
Wow.
Gives it
So
that
is that
burnt.
what you did here?
Yeah. So it gives it that burnt feel.
Okay, so now that's something new. So you roast the tomato and pepper before you now blend it.
So it gives you that burnt spice.
Flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Okay, let's go. Nice. So what else do you have in under your chef's cap when it comes to cooking, apart from jollof?
Apart from jollof rice, I can make a couple of soups.
Soup? What type of soup?
Egusi soup, ogbono soup. Yeah.
Basically stews.
Yeah, stew. Standard, I can make stew, yeah.
That's good. I like your confidence. You're very, very confident in these things. Okay, that's good. I mean, don't forget that we do have our cookout day coming up really soon. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you actually, make a video of yourself cooking, post it on social media, and tag us. And then you might actually be lucky to come in and join our cookout and then get the opportunity of winning amazing, amazing prizes, okay? So make sure you do that. And of course, follow us on all our social media platforms for more information. Now I'm making Nigeria jollof rice with J Blue, okay? So right now what we have here as our ingredients, we have our oil, we have, of course, groundnut oil, we have our rice, white rice, we have our tomato and pepper mix. Okay, so something interesting about this that he said, in case you just joined us, is the fact that he roasted the tomato and the pepper before blending it to give it that natural burnt flavor we love in our jollof rice, okay? And we have our tomato paste. Here we have some bay leaf, we have the Maggi, we have salt, our seasoning, we have salt, we have curry, we have thyme, we have ginger powder, and of course we have some pepper, onion, and all that. So you're chopping all of this up now.
Yep.
I see you're just doing it
I need a whole lot.
You need a whole lot, okay.
For the rice, and like, when the rice is ready, I still have to like put onions on it. So that's why
Okay. So now it's not just for the frying. No. When it's ready, do you put onion in your chicken when you're boiling?
Yeah, sure I do.
Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see you do that. Just to put some seasoning in the chicken. Do you believe in marinating your chicken, or you believe it's for special dishes?
It depends on what you're doing.
What you're making, okay.
Actually, so, yeah.
So for this, no need to marinate it?
Nope.
Just put it, go direct.
So good. This.
Okay, so that's some thyme, right? Okay.
Curry.
Oh, curry. You use curry to boil. Little ginger. All right. Okay, so would you rather use dry ginger or fresh ginger?
This one's cool, but you just need to know how to gauge it. I think the fresh one is a whole lot better, but
for the flavoring. I think that too.
Fresh and everything. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but this one you just have to know how to gauge it when you're using it.
When you're using it. All right. Cool.
That's it.
Okay. So now we have some onion going in.
Yeah.
Give or take, how long do we need to let the chicken simmer for?
Like 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes, okay. Yep. So while we're doing that, what do we start doing?
So while this is going on one side, the thing about jollof rice is like once you have everything on ground, you just start adding everything when you start.
When you start, right?
So I can actually start cooking the jollof rice right now.
Right now.
Yeah, so just the oil, this.
And that's about it. I think you're so calculated in your head, you already know what's going down.
Yeah.
I like that about what I'm seeing here. Nice. Okay, so do you want to slice some more onion?
If I need more, I think I'll just dice that one now.
Okay.
Oh, stop. Move away. Zoom out. Welcome. That has been a terrific show so far. And hey, we anticipated all of this from the start of the show. All this good stuff we have coming your way. We still got more inside the next 45 minutes. All just for you. Welcome back to the best show on Nigerian television.
Yes, and you heard that right. There's no other that can match up the energy that resides right here. Okay, so we are here because we're here made to thrive. You know, isn't that correct?
Yes, indeed. Now, without the show, the shadow of any single doubt, I bet you're curious about what we have left coming on the show. We'll let you guys know. First, I want to let you know that the kitchen is already giving us a beautiful sense. It's titillating our senses.
I was tempted to leave you to do this all by yourself, but I had pity, and I'm here. My name is Winfrey Daniel Kolo.
And my name is Mazino Appeal. Remember, you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv.
And of course, you can also use the hashtag TVC, hashtag Wake Up Nigeria, and of course on TVC on all our social media platforms.
And by the way, you can watch us live on Facebook and on the app, which you can download from off of Google Play Store or on iOS. Okay, and we can see our chef is really busy now. Wow, you were in there with him, yeah?
Definitely, I was, and I mean it's also nice. Like, he doesn't even have our time. Paying us no attention whatsoever.
So guys, you have our handles at TVC Connect. Make sure that you are following us on all platforms for a Monday here. My name is Mazino Appeal, and of course,
my name is Winfrey Daniel Kolo. I said that already.
Let's let you guys know what we have coming up for the show. We are going to be having some motivation come your way. To help us out with that, we are joined by Abimbola Olayinka, popularly known as the Peace Connoisseur, and the creator of the Peaceful Leadership. She is a member of the Forbes Business Council and a John Maxwell team member. Abimbola is a professional family educator, ardent leadership expert, emotional intelligence practitioner, and positive psychology practitioner as well. Well, we can't wait to have our discussion with her about peace at work today. Village Boy Clothing is focused on a niche market. High-class traditional attire for men with impeccable finishing. Kind of thing I like. Founded in October of 2013 out of the desire to be a solution to the conventional tailor customer tradition of, to delay and disappointment. Well, he has seen through all of that and made sure that he provides his clients with the best service and on time. And we'll be talking with the CEO, Austin Ikenna Ikezie, on our SME segment today. In my world, we all wear traditional attire to work every single day, be it at the bank, be it on TV, be it anywhere. I'm actually that guy who has more traditional wear at home.
African traditional
traditional
What world
travel,
is that? What world is that?
My world is in here.
In his world. In his world.
All right. I just wanted to clarify.
You see, I love that. You know, there's a video and a picture of a bride, an Igbo couple who used
from
this
last week, the
Isiagu. They used it for the
a wedding
for the
dress.
wedding. You know, I love it. You know, it was a kind of a mixture of the European traditional wedding and African traditional wedding. That's what I mentioned. Like, what you call traditional wedding, and then you say white wedding. Look, both of them are traditional weddings.
Actually, one is for the white man and one is for
you understand
the African
exactly.
people.
So with everything now, I don't have any problem. Look, the tradition. It is it. It is it. You understand? The one you call that you feel is official and all that, it's someone else's tradition.
Actually, true. So we should actually be wearing Ankara suits on a Monday.
Hey, anybody out there who wants to ask me for that? I'm good. I'm good to go.
I actually love Ankara. There's a period when I was very Ankara. I'll go back very soon to that.
I'm not a big fan of Ankara.
Okay.
Englishman?
No, not that it's anything bad. It's just too much going on inside
Ankara, yeah.
Inside
So
Ankara.
normally, you normally do it plain. So I normally love them as pants and, of course, plain tops. Okay. So everything you have is going on the pants, and your shirts or your tops are always plain.
Interesting. Welcome back for a Monday, second hour here. Let's do the news. My name is Mazino Appeal. Now, police have arrested 2 suspected ritualists with fresh human head in Ogun State. Public Relations Officer DSP Abimbola Olayinka says the 32-year-old Monday Karezu and 44-year-old Anagono Ukemelan were nabbed on November 3rd after a tip-off. The police spokesperson added that further investigations revealed that Mr. Karezu is a resident of the Sabo area of Abeokuta and that the human head with him was that of a woman who died 3 months ago during childbirth and was buried not too far from his house. Also, the suspect was said to have killed his 9-month-old daughter and used her head for the same purpose, but did not succeed. The State Commissioner of Police, Larry Bankole, has ordered a full investigation into the activities of the suspects with the view to charging them to court as soon as the investigation is over. Now to the war against illicit drug trafficking. Operators of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have intercepted fresh consignments of cocaine and heroin with a combined weight of 16.85 kilograms worth over 4.9 billion naira at the Apapa Seaport and the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. 4 persons are currently being investigated for the 13.65 kilogram cocaine seized on board a ship, MV Cateria, that came into the Apapa port from Santos, Brazil on Sunday, 7th November. Also, 5 persons have been arrested in different parts of Lagos and Delta State in connection to the seizure of 3.2 kilogram heroin found on a passenger, Christian Osundu, at the e-arrival hall of the MMIA on the 5th of November in Bayelsa State. Now, NDLA operatives on the 13th of November arrested one Obelo Emeka with 600 grams of heroin. The suspect, who is a motor spare parts dealer based in Douala, Cameroon, had arrived Yenagoa by waterway to waybill the substance to an undisclosed address in Lagos. Now, in the meantime, the All Progressives Congress has released a timetable for Ekiti and Osun State's governorship elections scheduled to hold in 2022. A statement by the National Secretary of the Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, Senator John Akpanu Doedehe, revealed that the sale of nomination forms begins from November 16th for Ekiti State and November 18th for Osun State. The Independent National Electoral Commission had fixed governorship elections in Ekiti for June 18 and July 16, 2022 for Osun State. And that's it for the news, second hour around here. Welcome back. It's time for our SME segment here this morning. My name is Mazino Appeal, of course, as you know, and today with us we have Village Boy Clothing. Now, this line is focused on a niche market, might I say. High-class traditional attire for men with impeccable finishing. This was founded in 2013 out of the desire to be a solution to the conventional tailor customer tradition of, delays and disappointments, which is something I expect with tailors these days, as well as to exceed clients' expectations as well. To find out a little more about the experience here today, we have with us the founder, Austin Ikena Ikezie. You are welcome, Austin. Good to have you here.
Thank you
Austin
very
or
much.
Ikena? Which one should we go with?
Ikena.
Ikena, fine. Let's go with that traditional theme, yeah? Now, I like your fashion line. I like what you're trying to do.
Thank
and
you
I see
very
that
much.
you defined it as traditional and defiant, which is not something that is, it's new to be traditional and yet defiant at the same time. It has that alter vibe to it. I don't know if I'm correct, but you tell us exactly what this is about, this vibe that you have in your fashion styling.
Okay, so because I wanted something different, I didn't just want it to be conventional. However, I needed to also maintain the classic part of it. Okay. Right? So while doing the natives, the kaftans, we make it classic with a touch of unconventional details in it. Then we also have a brand, Village Boy Afri Polo. Okay. Like what I'm wearing now.
I was going to say.
Yeah. So it's a fusion of polo and the African print.
The tribal sense, the tribal print. Yes. I can see that going on. I really like it. Now, let's talk about how this relates to your clients, your customer base and all of that. Do you find that this is what people want? Have they been waiting for such a thing? Because we've had full taste on for the whole English way of dressing and everything. We've also come from a tradition of where our fathers used to wear agbadas and all. So this marriage, this merger of sorts, was it something you found that your customers were waiting for?
Well, I won't say particularly that I found out, but more like, you know, it was more like the inspiration that I had, and bringing it on, it turned out to also be what the customers were unconsciously expecting. They were yearning for something different, something unique, something not always conventional. Okay, so while we brought it up, so they embraced it.
Nice.
They loved it.
That's a good way to put it. Now, it's one thing to say you have a skill. It's another thing to appeal to a group of people, and you have that niche market. For people who are out there who are trying to make a difference in their endeavors or their expertise, what is that one thing that worked for you that you could advise them to do?
Okay, I would say you have to have integrity. You have to keep to your words, right? So knowing that customers, they are timely. They don't want you saying today and tomorrow, especially the caliber of clients that we work with.
Yeah, of course.
They don't just want you to, you know, make them expect you today and you come up again.
Which is something very regular for Nigerian tailors, mechanics and plumbers and artisans.
We held on to that we must make sure that if we tell you today, then it's today, or we even deliver before today.
Nice. Okay. Exceed their expectation.
So we exceed your expectation.
Nice, beautiful. That works very well for your relationship with your clients. Very, very good. Sure. Now, if I was to go into clothing, and I was to perhaps say I want to focus on the male folk, would I be doing myself a disservice if I'm just focusing on male folk and disregarding the children line or the female line? Like, for instance, what do you do? Do you attend to just one kind of customers?
Okay, basically I do just male, right? I started with females, but at some point I realized that I don't just have all it takes. Like the male outfits, it comes natural. Okay. Right? I don't have to struggle to create designs. It flows. But doing the female outfits, I found out that it was quite a little bit difficult for me. So I had to focus on my strength rather than trying to put it all together, right? But however, now we still do a little bit of what the females can wear. Okay. Like this Afri Polo, we have the dress as well. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So the females can wear that, and we have some of our kaftans as well that the females can do. But we are not just deviating from
So you would
the
say
male.
that it is very important to, if you have a skill, you want to be very, very intentional about that one thing by putting it out there. And this, instead of trying your hand out other things and probably disappointing people, it's good to focus. We were also showing a couple of your works on TV just a second ago. Okay. Now, let's talk about the people you've employed. Now, this is the polo you were talking about for females. The females they can wear. And that is beautiful. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. This is fantastic. And that's the Isiagu material on there that we were talking about quite earlier, which is very interesting. So let's talk about the people that you employ. Do you do this all by yourself, or you have a group of tailors or a group of, what do you call them, skilled people working for you? How big is your operation?
Okay, I have 3 tailors working with me, and one a personal assistant.
Okay.
Right? So they're just doing their work, and however, you know, tailors would always just be tailors, and especially when they don't really have that in-depth knowledge and education, knowing the vision at hand. So they would always
you have to instill this in them, don't you? Okay, very interesting. So one last question would be how you are able to manage these guys so it doesn't affect your brand in a bad way. Real quick, how do you make them understand that this is a brand that we're trying to uphold its integrity for, just so that you don't affect your brand adversely? Okay,
that I make sure of, because I don't want to, have a less of what my brand upholds. So I try to always let them know that this is what we want to do. And we must keep to time. I can't overemphasize the need to keep to time. If it takes us working extra hours, we're going to do it. We're going to do it, definitely. We can't compromise on that. So all hands has to be on deck, no matter what happens. Fantastic. All hands has to be on deck. We don't compromise. We've been talking with Village Boy Ikena, actually, from Village Boy Clothing. He's the founder. And thank you very much for sharing us your endeavors and how you go about this and where you came from. And we look forward to seeing more from you. In fact, I can't wait. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much.
We'll round up the show this morning with Monday Motivation, and we're joined by Abimbola Olayinka, popularly known as the Peace Connoisseur. And today we'll be talking about peace at work, peace in the workplace. Absolutely. This is a major, this is where I think everyone needs peace the most and where we get peace the least. Because it is where people, go for their daily bread, and then your expectations, targets, deadlines, and all of that. Is it really achievable in the most general sense? For the most people, peace at work?
It's supposed to be, but the truth is, that the behavior of an organization will take after the leadership behavior. So that's why we started with inner peace. So if the leadership does not have peace, then there's no how there will be peace in that organization.
No matter what?
No matter what.
The employees come. So it all rises and falls on leadership.
Absolutely. Remember John Maxwell says, and I state, the leadership is influence. So the leadership of an organization will definitely influence the culture of that organization. So now we're preaching humanizing the workplace. So you need to understand that you're leading people. We have to be human. We need to deploy empathy, kindness. And how do we model all of this if we do not have that? If you don't have peace at heart, how can you model kindness, Mike? If you don't have peace at heart, how can you model empathy? How can you be compassionate? So that's why we started with inner peace. It begins with you as a person. So it begins with the leaders. And remember, we're in a VUCA business world, where things are volatile, uncertain, complex, and what was that last word now? Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Okay. So to combat volatile, a leader must have vision, the vision for the organization. How do you have vision for your organization if you're not at peace? Because you will be flustered. How do you combat uncertainty if you don't understand the market? And you can't understand the market if you do not have that peace. So you'll be taking it out on the people under you.
Okay. Now, for an organization where this is now, let's say we have this problem, or they know they have this problem, what is the starting point? Does training help? The management position, at times they may not even know that, look, they even have this problem. But to organizational heads, when they do, can training solve this?
Yes. Training is one part. Conversation is another part. You want to get feedback from the people under you. How am I leading? But in Nigeria, mostly, we have bosses and not leaders, because leaders take positive and negative feedback. But in Nigeria, bosses don't take negative feedback. You can't even face your boss to tell your boss that this is what you're doing wrong. So that's why we don't have leaders like that in Nigeria, because it is only when you tell me I am leading you that I'll be able to adjust. So it is possible.
So this is a responsibility on the bosses themselves, because this is something that the employees or the followers really cannot do. The bosses, this is up to them, that they have to take the prerogative or take, you know, and ensure that, look, we put this in place. Now, in a case whereby, as an employee, you know, the boss already has this problem and maybe they are not doing anything about this, you as a person, how do you try to ensure you have peace at work?
I'll still take us back to inner peace.
Okay.
Because, like I said, you cannot have peace without the knowledge of emotional intelligence. Let's remove the spirituality aspect now.
Okay.
So if you have that emotional intelligence, you'll be able to identify that there's a problem with this boss. So you will know how to deal with that boss, which is social awareness. Understanding your own emotions. So I will know that this particular boss is always flustered. Maybe the wife shouted at him at home. Maybe. So when that boss is coming, I'll prepare my mind that, okay. But for you to do that, you must have a level of emotional intelligence yourself.
To relate on
to be able to relate with such a boss. So now
we've spoken up, down, and down up. How about horizontal? You're talking about now your contemporaries, those who are on the same level as you in the workplace. You know, how do you ensure that there's peace in the workplace when you are dealing with you know, those who are on the same level as you, your peers?
It's still the same thing. Nobody wants to be around a gangster at work. So you need to learn to manage your emotions as a person. So it's still the same emotional intelligence. They are laced with emotional intelligence. It's inner peace. If you're peaceful, you extend that vibe to me, no matter how upset I am.
Now, but there's something now. You see, in the workplace, someone will tell that priority is about what are the division of the place, the targets that you have to meet, the deadlines that you have to, you know, that you have to get ready and all of that. Can peace be achievable if you are not meeting your targets? Is it achievable?
Yes, because it is personal competency. The environment shouldn't control how peaceful you are.
But you look, see, if you have all the peace in the world in your mind,
yes,
and you are not achieving your target, I don't want that kind of peace. Yes, because I feel like in a workplace, the most important thing there, maybe not the most important, but the thing that matters to the stability of that business is ensuring that you meet whatever targets that have been given to you.
Absolutely.
You know, and if your peace cannot help you meet the targets, then what's the need?
So what are you going to deploy? Violence?
The violent taken it by force.
No,
sometimes they're the only ones that take it.
I understand you, Mike, but the truth is there's nothing peace cannot do. You know, it gives you that clarity of purpose. It gives you that meaning. So you would achieve that. It may take a while, but that's why we're coming back to humanizing the workplace. You don't give targets that are not achievable. You're leading people. So if we give what is workable over time, and when staff are happy, the numbers of the organization will be happy.
I still want to go back to this and all of that. How can peace, inner peace, which we started with at the first time, in a case where you are unable to meet those targets, considering that, like I said, the targets or meeting those targets are very important to the organization, how can they help you in a particular situation meet up to the requirements? Because, like I said, if your peace cannot help the work environment move forward, as a boss, I might not need you. I might need to lay you off. So how can it help inner peace? How can peace help you, you know, step up the ante, you know, to hit those targets that are required of you?
Yeah, just like I've stated, when you have inner peace, you have clarity of purpose. You'll be stabilized. You have your strategies to achieve what you're meant to achieve. And if you've deployed all of that and you see that it's not workable, you can't achieve that target, then it's up to the leader that feels, oh, okay, I don't need you anymore because you're not meeting up with your target. You can't kill yourself. You have done everything humanly possible to achieve that target, but you're not meeting up. Then you will take your peace to another place that you can work around that business environment. It is not everywhere we can function as human. You know that.
Yeah.
So if I know that my capacity, my strength won't work here, yes, I'll be glad to move to somewhere else where I'll be more appreciated.
Exactly. That's, that's also what I wanted to mention. When there are times when you don't even have the ability, to work, to put what you need at that place, you may have to move to somewhere that is more suited to your abilities. Okay. Are there any final words you have concerning peace at work that you want to put out there to people?
Okay. So now we're actually begging the leaders at work to please humanize the work environment. You're dealing with humans.
Okay.
We're not dealing with animals.
Okay.
So we should please learn to train and teach our staff accordingly. We should model empathy. We should be kind and firm, even as we're discharging our duties, both at home, at work. It is very important.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Mike.
you very much. Thank you. Peace. Peace is quite important, and I love the way that you put it out there. It's something that humanize the workplace. That's what I take away from this one. Let's learn to humanize the workplace. Okay. All right. Something also that's very important. Zino, of course, will be on that one. We have something for you. It's very. If you have peace, and the peace is plenty, and you don't have food in your stomach, the peace will not work.
I agree.
Violence and hunger are they are together. So, you agree with that one, eh? Okay. Mazino, she does agree that when you are hungry, there's going to be violence. So, peace is closer to when you're full or when there's food. Absolutely. And all of that. Okay, so we have something for you this morning just to say thank you. As the Peace Connoisseur, we have a connoisseur in the kitchen. Now this one is a chef and all that. Prepared something quite nice for you there. Mazino, all right, you want to, just come this way. Just come this way.
I'll tell you something, man. Okay. Mike, it's been fantastic here.
Oh, wait, free. Okay, just this
bring over our guests because we have something very special for her. Let's get our water out.
Hello, everyone. Please sit.
Thank you. Oh, wow.
How you doing, ma'am?
Very well.
Thank you for keeping the peace. It's not very easy, especially in a place where people have different preferences, different backgrounds, and all of that. People have, they would often come together and have those moments, let's call it so. But hey, let's put that aside. We have something very fantastic. Please, Winfrey, tell.
Okay, so now we made jollof rice, right? Nigerian jollof rice, basically, and some peppered chicken. And this, of course, is our chef, Chef Jay, who actually prepared this together. Are you ready? Are you excited?
I am.
You are? Okay, good. And now we'll have you taste this and tell us exactly what you think about it.
The smell alone.
It's already fantastic, isn't it?
It is, right?
Yeah.
So you're ready?
Already, yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Nice. There you go.
Thank you.
There's the water. So what do you think, ma'am?
Amazing.
Yeah, we did a good job.
Good job.
Nice.
Oh, that's fantastic.
This is Nigerian jollof rice.
Yeah. Is that
quite peppery? It's spicy, and I like that.
Oh, nice.
Well, I like that in the morning because I think it wakes you up.
Absolutely. The tongue is actually feeling it.
It is.
I like it. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was a job well done.
Yeah. In such short time.
Yes.
Alrighty, so it's been a great show already today. I want to say thank you to everybody who's joined in on the show. And also, if you sent in your comments, we're going to read them and make sure that we at least respond to most of them. Mike, do you have any words of wisdom for Monday morning? It has to be motivational.
I'm already giving it now.
Please.
Did you not hear when I gave it?
Try, give us one.
Peace and hunger.
I knew it.
But when you put something like that, this is much able. The Peace Connoisseur, she has already said that one is confirmed. So look, last we're saying that food is more important than peace.
Absolutely.
Okay, nice. I don't know, Winfrey, do you agree?
Food is more important than peace. No, I do not agree. But I believe they work together. They work together.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for staying here with us. And of course, we'll be here same time, same station tomorrow.
Don't go anywhere. Do stay tuned because we've got your view coming up next. Bye-bye, people.
Bye.